ICAST is here, and if you don't know what that means, it's one of the most exciting times in the bass fishing industry. It's the Bassmaster Classic and ICAST. That's when all the brand new stuff from all the different companies in the fishing industry are coming out with brand new products and bringing them direct to the market. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new molds and products that are going to be available from Dual Molds. We've got soft plastic molds, we've got lead molds, and we've got some brand new ProTech powder paint. The first brand new item that we're going to be talking about from Dual Molds are going to be the powder paints. The first one I want to feature is a brand new color called Green Pumpkin Special from ProTech. This brand new color is a green pumpkin base with gold and purple flake in it. I think this is going to be a staple color in all of our jig making arsenals, bluegill swim jigs, anything where you need a natural presentation with a little bit of that flash. This one is going to come in key. In total, there's 3 brand new colors of ProTech powder paint. And the second one that we're going to talk about is Electric Shad. This Electric Shad color is a very unique color. It's got like a bluish, grayish, white color base with a blue pearl. And I can't tell if it's a flake that's giving all that pearl off or if it's just another pearl powder that's mixed in. But no matter what, this is a color that's going to be a staple if you're making swim jigs, if you're making shad colored jig heads, anything where you need that natural kind of a shad kind of color and you want that blue pearl to peek through, this one is going to be one to have. This third color powder paint that we're going to be talking about is River Shad Reflection. That's the name of this new powder paint. And it has a white pearl base with gold flake mixed in. I think anywhere you're gonna have like golden shiners, I think this is gonna be a great one to have on. And anywhere where you're thinking that you need just something slightly different in the color scheme that you're using out on the water, if everybody's using a white or a silver, now you're gonna have that white pearl with a little bit of gold. Just that little bit of difference can sometimes trigger a couple extra bites throughout the day. So if you need to add another color to your arsenal, I think this is one that you're gonna wanna pick up. One thing I wanna let you guys know about is that down in the description of today's video, I have a product list detailing all of these brand new products from Dual Molds. Also down in the description is my affiliate link. So if you go to the Dual Molds website to buy any of these products, please use that affiliate link so they know that I sent you and I can get credit for any of those sales. This next item is going to pair it perfectly with those powder paint colors that we talked about. It's the Finesse Swimbait. It's a jig head and it's got some pretty awesome features. Inside of this mold, you can make 6 different sizes of this swimbait jig head. It's got recessed lure eyes built into the head of this jig head, and it also has a screw lock that's built into the jig head. Guys have been modifying their molds for a long time to add this screw lock in, but now this mold comes with it built in, so there's no modification needed. You're going to be able to make Finesse Swimbait jig heads from 3/32 all the way to 3/8 ounce. This mold calls for the Victory Style 10111 hook, and it calls for 1/0 all the way up to 4/0 size hooks. Now we're going to move into the soft plastic bait category. We do have one more lead mold that we're going to talk about, but I want to transition to some of you guys that are interested into those soft plastics. This new soft plastic mold comes in the Essential Series model, and it's called the Katana Kraw Magnum. This mold is a 3-cavity mold, and it's a 4.2 inch version of the Katana Craw. This thing is a bulky, thick bait, and it's going to pair up perfectly with those Magnum weedless Ned rigs that Dual Molds came out with last year, I believe it was, at ICAST. This is not a finesse bait. The initial Katana Craw came out and was a finesse presentation. This is not a finesse presentation. This is a big, bulky bait. It's going to pair up perfectly with that Magnum Midwest finesse jig mold that Dual Molds came out with previously. The claws on this are big. The arms for those claws are big. The antennas are long. The body is thick. This is not a finesse bait by any means whatsoever, but big fish are going to chomp this thing. If they're eating big crawdads, pair it up on that Magnum Midwest finesse head and get ready to hold on, and you might just catch your PB. All these baits and all these molds, all these products have not been listed at any particular order. However, the last one that I'm going to talk about is my favorite so far. The one that I'm going to talk about right now, we got 2 more left, is the Weedless Darter Jig. This Weedless Darter Jig is a pretty cool bait. This is a weedless version of a darter head. It's going to go on the Victory Style 10777 extra wide gap hook. That hook is what goes in the weedless Midwest finesse jigs and gives you the ability to have that weedless Ned rig. Now you're going to have the ability to have a weedless darter head. You're going to be able to put a worm on here, swim bait on here, craw on here. You're going to be able to do a lot of different things and fish baits through cover that you traditionally weren't able to do. You're going to be able to make 5 different sizes of this weedless darter head. You have a 3/8 all the way down to a 1/8, and the hook sizes call for a number 1 all the way up to a 4/0. And like I said a second ago, the specific hook that this mold calls for is the Victory Hook Style 10777 extra wide gap hook. The last ICAST release for do it molds for this year, 2023, is the Hatchet Craw. This is a craw style bait. It's a 4-cavity essential series mold, so the price point on this mold is going to be amazing. It's 3.9 inches long, and it is a great size bait. There's awesome claws on this bait, and I've had this mold for maybe a week or so, and I've already caught fish on this bait. You're going to be able to make a lot of baits in this multi-cavity essential series mold. The mold's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to get, and you're going to be able to make awesome bait. The action on this thing is amazing as well. When you see this thing going through the water, the claws are going to be moving like crazy. You're going to feel the drag when you're pulling this thing back because of the amount of action these claws put off. A couple of the key features on this bait is the claws. The claws are probably some of my favorite parts about this bait because it puts off a ton of movement in the water, ton of action, and it's just giving off a lot of vibration. It also has a pre-built-in hook slot on both sides of the mold, so you don't have to worry about which side's the top, which side's the bottom. They have the hook slot on both sides. The body of this bait isn't overly thick as well, which I like. Some baits come in and they just have that thick body, and it's hard to find a hook that's going to get a lot of hook penetration into the mouth of that fish when you get those bites because the body of the bait's so bulky. I think the rigging options on this are endless as well. It could be a jig trailer, it could be fish standalone on a Texas rig. I've already been using it as a Carolina rig bait. I think there's a lot of different things that you can do with this. I think this is going to be a mold that you guys have to have in your soft plastic bait making arsenal, or else you're just missing one that you could be selling. You could be missing one that you could be catching a lot of fish on. All these molds, all these items are available right now on the Do It Molds website. Go down to the description, check out my product list, and use that affiliate link to go over to the Do It Molds website, so that way they know that I sent you and I can get credit for any sales. If you shop at the Do It Molds website a lot, make sure to save that link, use it every time you go to the website so they know that I sent you over there. And guys, if you want to learn more about tackle making, make sure to click on the tackle making playlist that I have on the screen right now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.